Hey everyone. So, this offering today will be a kind of intuitive channeling and also like a messaging to myself. Um, I've been finding it a little bit difficult to separate myself from the darkness or heaviness or, the shadow stuff that is sometimes processed through my body. I struggle when that happens to separate myself from it. And doing these kinds of recordings and my whole profile on the internet, as I've mentioned before, has been so helpful in reminding me about all of my forms and dualities and ways that I can choose to be, that I'm able to be, but that I don't always feel all the time. So while this is a general offering for the internet and anyone who happens to come across this video, this is largely me trying to hype myself to keep going and to also provide that kind of thing for someone else who might identify with the way that I feel, the way that I am, identify with being sensitive. Maybe particularly you identify with these past few years being so intensely chaotic, as I've mentioned before in previous readings, being so chaotic and all the chaos being squeezed so tightly together in such a short period of time, and they're each so intense on their own. They deserve their own stage. The result of what that did, and possibly how little you estimated its effect over your being and over who you are, over how you make decisions and how you see life, over how you interact with your loved ones, how you see them, these kinds of deep and specifically chaotic, altogether, quick, fast, traumatic experiences have an imprint of their own. It's a very unique imprint. So it deserves its own unique response. And the unique response that has been very helpful for me, that is part of the hyping up that I'd like to do in this offering, is the remembrance of how much this is how much this is an energetic experience, how much of life is actually an energetic experience. And so how much of your response to things can also be energetic, and you can leave it at that. I've been feeling very pressured from my own self to do something, get going, get to that point of at least being, I want to say comfortable, but it feels like more than that. I've just been feeling a lot of pressure to get my shit together in general. And every time I think about that, I remember, well, I don't think about it often. I don't remember often. It's part of why I'm doing this. It's trying to remember. There are a lot of solves to that statement, but it feels like what matters now the most in this time is to remember how much of what's happening right now is predestined in a way. And how much what unfolds around and within us is really beyond our control. And how our control only spans as far as what we intend to do, but anything more than that, there is the invite to allow life to kind of reach into you and take the lead. I have felt so deeply that that is the best solve for all of the traumatic experiences that happened over the past few years and of the traumatic feelings and emotions that not only I, but a whole bunch of us have had to process very, very quickly. even the quickness of it all, and it's just wild. It's just all wild. Anyway, I've taken comfort in trying to practice and apply that rule that says that life is alive itself. And if you allow it, it can bring things to you in a very effortless way that will allow for a release on your part and a relaxation into being human. Because, and this is also something that's been repeating in my mind, I've been trying to affirm it, but I've honestly it's been a bit too heavy, especially these past few hours specifically from recording this. It's been a bit too heavy to integrate and embody fully. But it's so simple. Life is a very, very, very simple thing. And life as a human being is so perfectly simple and like complicated at the same time that it's part of the joke and the fun of being human. And the more incessantly we want to take things seriously, and this is everything. And it's so difficult for me to even hear myself say this because everything's serious, everything is deep, but it seems to be that a lot of us, with our ranges of emotion and sensitivities, we may have made the wrong thing as deep. Yeah, there are things that are very deep, but there are some things that if they are too deep will consume and eat away at our hearts, and we have to start taking control of what we allow to do that, honestly, because life also it can be a beast in its behavior. So we will get eaten and chewed and spat out, and the cycle will repeat itself. But that's also me speaking as a Plutonian. It's just a really weird experience. Life has become such a weird experience for me. And I've been doing everything I can, even through, like I say, posting YouTube and trying to be present in the moment in my daily life. I've been doing everything I can to really prioritize that. And I think with people who are in my boat of trying to take it so seriously that you are willing to sacrifice anything, anything for your sense of presence. Like, my whole life has been up in the air for years now. And I'm still holding it down on this fort where I'm insisting that something's going to come right. Something will come. The universe will, my ancestors will, my angels will, my own self, my own soul will, at the perfect time. I don't get that. The perfect time. It's been a long time. And if you identify as well with the sensation of having these past few years so tightly squeezed together with crazy fucking experiences, it's been a long time of this, no? So, I mean, I have come to my wit's end so many times regarding this journey and what exactly the fuck it is that we're doing at all, and where is the line to this experience? There doesn't seem to be, and that in itself seems to be the benefit or the experience. Yeah, we know how it is. Like I said, this was all just comfort for me to try to understand and remember that these are some very, very intense times we're in, and it's starting to become more and more beyond our control and more important for us to just keep following your gut. Don't ask too many questions about it, and you'll see. You'll see. And a lot of people's guts are drawing them to do to think very crazy things, feel very crazy things, want to do very crazy things that they're not very used to, that are very different very much lacking in planning, And all I can say is the more time you take away from listening to that inner truth or that inner source telling you to do something, the more time you spend avoiding that, the more what can I even say? Because it's also something we know. The more chaotic your life would tend to become, but there's something else here that's coming, that's trying to, I believe, make its way to our awareness. It's not just about the fact that it's about the energetic exchange of that relationship. Why is it that when you are distant from your intuition, your life becomes more chaotic? Why? It's about being able to answer that question in each of our own ways. But this is also part of my path, is this pursuit of truth and wisdom and all that shit. Of course, there are many people who go through their cycles, they experience their human experiences, and they really see nothing outside of it. They see nothing, they see nothing of it. They just experience their humanness and then they die. And I so wish life could be that simple for me. But unfortunately, my mind and I'm just always everywhere, everything everywhere all at once. So, yeah. Again, if this is something you identify with, then really this was actually just mostly us having an energetic exchange of a conversation. You weren't talking back to me, but if you watch this far, you probably identify with what I'm saying. So my energy is speaking to yours in a way, and I'm so with you, and I'm so grateful to know and to be able to remember through all of my moments of forgetfulness of what the fuck this is. I'm so grateful to remember that I'm not going at this alone, and that there's probably someone out there who feels exactly what I'm feeling at the exact same time I'm feeling it. It's very comforting. Thank you. I've recorded this far and I wasn't actually sure if I was going to post this or not. I know I said, hey, everyone, but it started to get a little bit intimate and it stopped sounding like a channeling. Now it's just me talking. But okay, I'm going to post it. Thank you for watching. If you have watched. This is mostly me and my own personal ramblings, to be honest. But I hope it was helpful, like I said earlier, in helping you remember that you're not alone. And even if you don't resonate with the shit that I watch and this shit that I say and you just watched, I wouldn't have known why you'd watch if you didn't resonate. But either way, I hope it was helpful in helping you remember that every moment of your life is truly perfect and you're always exactly where you are meant to be, even when you feel otherwise. God is way too powerful to have anything happen for no reason. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next whatever.